Om Sri Sai Ram. In the previous session, we have seen problems on lines. From lines, we move on to planes. In 3-dimension geometry, basically we are studying only two topics. One is about line and another is about plane. So, the line part we have completed in the previous session. Now, we begin with plane. In 3-dimension space, imagine a plane. How to find equation of a plane is what we are going to discuss. Equation of plane can be found in so many different ways. First, we will discuss 3 standard ways. We will derive those equations, and then in the next session we will study the other forms of equations of planes. So, let us begin and try to know in what situations or with what information we are able to find equation of a plane. A plane is determined uniquely if and only one of the following is known. What is the first thing? The normal to the plane. Normal means perpendicular. For example, you have a table. On table, if you put a stick, we say the stick is perpendicular to the plane. So, what you should know? That perpendicular should be known. That perpendicular is a vector. Okay? So, the normal to the plane and its distance from the origin is given. Two things should be known. One is the perpendicular distance. Second, the distance of the plane from the origin. In that situation, we are able to find equation of a plane. Second situation, if it passes through a point and perpendicular to a given direction. In the case of line, if you remember, we were talking about a vector which is parallel to line. Here in the equation of planes, you will find vector which is perpendicular to the plane. Observe the difference. In the case of line, again and again we were telling that a vector B is parallel to a given line. Here we say that a vector is perpendicular to the plane. So, this is the second situation when line is passing through a point and it is perpendicular to a given direction. Third situation, if you know 3 points on a plane, but the condition is the 3 points should be non-collinear. If they are collinear, there cannot be one plane, there can be infinite number of planes passing through them. We will see as we come across. So, let us begin with the first one. What is the first one? You know a perpendicular to the plane and you also know the distance from the origin of the plane. Yes, this is the equation which we are going to derive. Just imagine now, this is 3-dimensional, and please keep in mind again and again that this particular axis is like this. It is like this vertical to both x and y axis. Let us say this is x axis, this is y axis, this is z axis. This x axis is perpendicular to both y and z. Again and again you have to go back to corner of the room and you have to visualize a space. What is there in a space? When we are talking about a plane, you can take anything, you can take a wooden piece or anything. Okay. So, let us say here is a plane. It is something like a cardboard piece, you are holding it in front of the corner of the room. So, what is given here? He says equation of a plane in normal form. In this, what are the two things given? First thing is that its distance from the origin is known. Now, assume any point on this particular plane. Let us say here is a point A. And there is a vector which is normal to the plane. Normal means perpendicular. You can take this itself You can take this itself means in this direction itself you can assume a unit vector n. So we have a plane, and in that particular plane we have a we are taking a point just to measure the distance. Let us say this is distance is d and there is a unit vector n in this direction. Suppose this is a plane. What is given here? Assume that this particular plane you are keeping very close to the corner of the room. So from corner to this there is a perpendicular vector, a unit vector. So that perpendicular vector is this, and from corner to that point the distance is d. These are the two things given to us. Once again, two things are known. If there is a plane, from origin a perpendicular is drawn, we are calling it normal. That is why it is called normal form of the equation of plane, and the distance is known. The normal vector which is taken as a unit vector n, and the distance OA is d. If it is so, can you tell me what will be the vector OA? What will be the vector OA? We know that whenever we talk about a vector, it has two things. One is the magnitude, another is direction. What is its magnitude? What is its length? It is d. OA is how much? D. And what is the direction? It is the direction of a unit vector n. So you know the direction, you know the distance. So what is the vector OA? We say the vector is dn. D is its length and n is its direction. And we have discussed that whenever we are finding equation of a line, we always consider an arbitrary point on the line. Here we take the point P on the plane. So let us say here we have another vector R and this is P. This is a vector OP, position vector of a point on the plane. Remember, P is an arbitrary point we are choosing. He has not given. Plane passing through a point is the second type. We are not talking about it. In order to derive the equation, we are considering a point P. And you know that whatever information he gives, you have to assume an arbitrary point P with position vector R. That is a must. So we are taking a point P on the plane. Now if a vector is perpendicular to the plane, what happens? If it is perpendicular to a plane, it is perpendicular to any point of the plane, any line on the plane. So if you join AP, what will happen? This vector AP, remember both A and P are on the plane. So as a result, this vector OA is perpendicular to PA. Let me repeat once again. A plane is given, its distance from the origin is known, that is D, and there is a normal means perpendicular, normal vector in that particular direction, normal to the plane. So we have taken this vector as ND. And then in order to derive the equation, we are taking a point P on the plane and we join. So what is P here? Let P be an arbitrary point. Point on the plane. So OP will be equal to R. What is this R? It is the position vector of P. These things I am sure you have understood. What is D? D is the distance D is the distance of plane from origin. What is N? n is a normal vector to plane. This much information is given. We wish to derive the equation of plane. So now let us see how we derive. We say as n is normal to plane, we know that the vector n is normal to the plane, so n is also normal to AP. Normal means what? Perpendicular. In other words, we can say that OA vector is perpendicular to AP vector. What happens if two vectors are perpendicular? We have studied that their dot product is equal to 0. In other words, we can say OA dot AP equal to 0. Write the vectors. What is the vector OA? We already found out dn dot AP. What is the vector AP? It is R minus OA, that is dn. Open the bracket. Open the bracket, you will get dn into R. Take this negative to other side, you will get d into d square, and n dot n, we studied that I dot I, j dot j, k dot k is equal to 1. So n dot n will become 1, 1 d will get cancelled, and what you will get? R dot n equal to d. This is the formula. What is the formula? R dot n. This 0 is not up, 0, this dot is here. R dot n equal to d. This is the first equation. In this equation of the plane, what is R? It is the position vector of any arbitrary point. What is n? It is a normal unit vector to the plane. What is d? Distance of the plane from the origin. So these things, if you know the equation. You can convert that into Cartesian. How do you convert into Cartesian? Vector r. See, what we have derived is r dot unit vector is equal to d. R can be written as xi plus yj plus zk dot n. N is a normal vector to the plane. So the vector n can be written in two different ways, by using direction ratios, by using direction cosines. If you want to write in terms of direction cosines, we can write it as Li plus Mj plus Nk. If you want to write it in terms of direction cosines, then you will write Ai plus Bj plus Ck. Both are correct. Is equal to d. So now multiply. I dot I is 1. So as a result, you will get Lx plus My plus Nz equal to d. If you want to convert into direction ratios, you can write it as Ax plus By plus Cz equal to d. Both are correct. One by using direction cosines, another by using direction ratios. So equation of a plane in normal form is formed with the help of unit vector n and d. What is d? Distance of the plane from the origin. What is n cap? It is a unit vector perpendicular to the plane or normal to the plane. Okay? And in Cartesian form, this is the equation. This is how we derive this particular equation. We go to the second type now. In second type, what is the information given? He has given equation of a plane perpendicular to a given vector. Normal, perpendicular, both are same. Okay? And to a given vector and passing through a given point. Now he has given that the plane is passing through a point. But before we derive this particular equation, let us understand. Suppose there is a vector. This vector can pass through any number of planes. For example, see this is the diagram. Let us say this is one plane. Let us say this is another plane. Let us say this is one more plane. Now suppose there is a vector. There is a vector, it can pass through any number of planes. But if we say it is passing through a particular point, there can be only one plane. Now let us say the point is somewhere here. Vector can pass through any number of planes, but vector can pass through only one plane if it contains a given point. That point can be on this, it can be on this, it can be on that, it can be anywhere. So there can be only one plane passing through a point and perpendicular to a given vector. We have to find the equation. Now let us see how to find the equation. Very similar to what we have done. Now let us say these are the coordinate axes, and remember you are not drawing a line, you are drawing a plane. So however you want, you can draw the plane. Let us say this is a plane. We want to find its equation. Two things are given to us. What are the two things? The plane is passing through a given point. Okay. So let us say this is a point A whose position vector is A. In the previous case we took OA as dn. Here OA is some vector A. Proceed further. What else is given? It is given that there is a vector perpendicular to the plane. Somewhere here, let us say here is a vector n which is perpendicular. These two informations are given. Okay? So please write those things. Write down what he has given. Let A is a position vector of a point on the plane. This information is given that there is a point on the plane. What else is given? There is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane and n be a vector perpendicular to the plane. This much information is given. We want to derive the equation of the plane. As we did in the previous case, we will assume an arbitrary point P. So take that point anywhere you wish. Let us say this is the point P and join this. Okay. This is R. Let us say this is AP. Let R be the position vector of an arbitrary point. On the plane. Now what happens? As we have discussed earlier, if there is a vector perpendicular to the plane, it will be perpendicular to any line on the plane. If there is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane, it will be perpendicular to any line. However you draw the line, it will be perpendicular. So when we say this vector n is perpendicular to the plane, now we say that this vector n is also perpendicular to AP. Since n is perpendicular to plane, it is perpendicular to vector AP. Once again go back, there are two vectors perpendicular. What happens if there are two vectors perpendicular? Their dot product is 0. Hence, we can say which is the first vector? What we have said? N is perpendicular to plane, so it is perpendicular to AP. N is perpendicular to AP. So, we can say that AP dot N equal to 0. Now, write the vector AP. How do you write vector AP? Position vector of P minus position vector of A. What is the position vector of P? It is R. So, we say R minus A dot N equal to 0. This is the equation which is asking us to derive. This 0 is here, okay. So, R minus A dot N equal to 0. So, very simple derivation. Only you have to understand the terms. What is N here? N is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane. If this is a plane, this is a vector perpendicular to it. What is A? A is a point on the plane. What is P? P is an arbitrary point on the plane. Convert this into Cartesian form. How do you convert into Cartesian form? Right, in intercept, R can be written as xi plus yj plus zk minus A. How do you write a position vector of A? If you are taking in Cartesian form, we say it is x1, y1, z1. This will be x, y and z. So, this is x1i plus y1j plus z1k. So, this is R minus A. This whole thing we have to take dot product with N. How do you write vector N? As we discussed in the previous case, whenever you want to write a vector, either you use direction cosines or you use direction ratios. Generally, we use direction ratios. So, let us say we call it AI plus BJ plus CK, just to make a distinction, equal to 0. Xi minus x1i, you will get it x minus x1i. Similarly, y minus y1j plus z minus z1k. That dot product when you do with this, you know I dot I, j dot j, k dot k will become 1, all others will become 0, and you will get the equation A into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1 equal to 0. This is called Cartesian equation. That is what he has mentioned. Once again, in this particular equation which we have derived, what are ABC? Capital ABC are the direction ratios of the normal vector or perpendicular vector to the plane. What are x1, y1, z1? Coordinates of a point through which the plane is passing, or it is a point on the plane. What are x, y, z? The coordinates of an arbitrary point. Okay? So, if you have this clarity, the derivation is very, very simple. From examination point of view, it is very, very important. One of the equations they ask in the exam. We come to the last type of equation before we go to the problems. Here what he says, equation of a plane passing through three non-collinear points. This is very, very significant. What happens if 3 points are coplanar? Take any 3 points, let us say this is 1 point, this is 1 point, this is 1 point. So, we have a plane, you join it, you have a plane like this, you have one more plane like this, you have a plane like this. There can be any number of planes if 3 points are in one line. But imagine now 1 point is here, 1 point is here, 1 point is here. How many planes can pass through them? Only one plane can pass through them. Okay? So, that is what you have to understand. That is the significance of non-collinear. Now the question is, how will you know they are collinear or not? We already proved how to prove three vectors are collinear. How do you prove? Take the determinant of those x, y, z values. If the determinant is 0, they are collinear. If the determinant is not 0, they are not collinear. If they are non-collinear, then you can write the equation. So they are connected like that. Means what? Suppose if you take the vectors as A, B and C. Suppose this particular vector A is equal to x1i plus y1j plus z1k. The vector B is x2i plus y2j plus z2k. And suppose that there is a third vector x3i plus y3j plus z3k. So we have three vectors here. How will you prove they are collinear? They are in one line. We have studied so many methods. The easiest method is just take the determinant of their Cartesian coordinates. Means what? Find out this x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, x3, y3, z3 equal to 0. We say that they are collinear. If it is not equal to 0, they are non-collinear. So we are going to derive equation of a plane where 3 points are non-collinear. They are not in one line. Okay? Yes. So imagine a plane as we took in the previous case. Similarly, you can take. There is a plane and now nothing is given. He has given just 3 points on the plane. Let us say here is a big plane. You can choose points wherever you want. This is x axis, this y axis, this is z axis. Now let us say you have a point here, you have another point here, you have another point here. Let us say this is A, this is B, this is C. 3 points are there. So join each of them with origin so that you will know the position vector. Let us say this is A, let us say this is B, and let us say this is vector C. What is given? He has given 3 points on a plane. If we join them with origin, you know the position vectors of those 3 points. What are the position vectors? A, B and C. We want to derive the equation. Now, what happens if you join AB? You get a vector AB. What happens if you join AC? You get another vector. Okay? We have joined AB. What is AB? Is B minus A. Okay? And what is AC? It is C minus A. Remember, AB and AC both are on the plane. They are just joined the points A with B, A with C. So you have two vectors AB and AC in the same plane. What happens if you take cross product of them? What is the cross product of two vectors? The cross product of two vectors is a third vector which is perpendicular to both. So in the previous derivation, he happened to give a perpendicular vector. Now we are able to create a third vector which is perpendicular to both. So if you take B minus A, one vector, cross C minus A, you are going to get a third vector which is going to be perpendicular to both AB and AC. AB is one vector which is B minus A, AC is one more vector which is C minus A. When we take cross product of both of them, we get a third vector which is perpendicular to both. So let us say here is the vector which is perpendicular to AB as well as AC. It is perpendicular to both. But all said and done, whatever information he gives, we have to choose an arbitrary point on the plane. So let us say we have taken a point somewhere here, point P, in such a way that this is a vector R, and join AP. This vector which is perpendicular to AB, which is perpendicular to AC, is also perpendicular to AP. It is as simple as this. Just think this is a plane. You join any number of points. If a vector is perpendicular to it, it is perpendicular to AB, BC, CD, DE, any number of things. That's what we are trying to say. So here is a vector which is perpendicular to AB and AC. We found a vector which is perpendicular to both. How? Just by taking cross product of them. So this same vector B minus A cross C minus A, in fact you can put it in a square bracket. Now we can say is also perpendicular to AP. Why? Because AB, AC, BC, AP all are on the same plane. So if it is perpendicular to AP, it is perpendicular to AC, it is perpendicular to AP, anything you can say. If these two are perpendicular, what happens? Like the previous one. If two vectors are perpendicular, the dot product is 0. So what is the dot product? AP. How do you write AP? How do you write vector AP? It is position vector of P minus position vector of A. So how will you write it? You will say R minus A dot this whole thing, that is B minus A cross C minus A equal to 0. Why equal to 0? If two vectors are perpendicular, dot product is 0. And this itself is the equation of plane. Check. R minus A. See, this R minus A can be written in the front, it can be written after. Why? Because A dot B is equal to B dot A. Dot product is commutative. So A dot B is same as B dot A. You might be wondering, we are talking till here perpendicular to that, why we should come write? Because this is convenient to write. Otherwise you can say this dot R minus A equal to 0, both are same. This is what he asked us to derive. Now the question comes, how will you write it? In Cartesian form. Before we go to Cartesian form, I want you to remind, this is actually called scalar triple product. What do you mean by scalar triple product? A dot B cross C is called scalar triple product. Do you remember somewhere else we have come across this? Yes, just before studying plane, we studied about shortest distance. What was the formula for shortest distance? The formula was A2 minus A1, just like R minus A. A2 minus A1, because there A1 and A2 were two different points on two different lines. So A2 minus A1 was one vector. Dot B1 cross B2, there B1 and B2 were two lines, two vectors parallel to given lines. Same way here. So how were you are calculating that? Just by taking the determinant. So take the determinant, that will become equation of plane in Cartesian form. So write it. So how will you write it? We will say R minus A, remember x minus x1i, y minus y1j, z minus z1k. So you will have x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1. What about B minus A? What are the coordinates of A? x1, y1, z1. What are the coordinates of B? x2, y2, z2. If you put them in component form, you will get x2 minus x1i, y2 minus y1j, z2 minus z1k. So, as a result, this is called Cartesian equation of a plane which is passing through 3 points whose position vectors are x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, x3, y3, z3. This is Cartesian form, this is vector form. So, the derivations are very simple, and one of the derivation is asked in the exam. So, please prepare, learn how to derive it, very simple concepts based upon dot and cross product. Okay. Now, we will move on to some simple problems based upon these 3 equations which we have derived. Before we go, once again recap of it. First one, we will write both vector form and Cartesian form. First one, what was given in the first one? 2 things were given. What were the 2 things? Distance of the plane from the origin, d was given. What else was given? A normal means perpendicular vector to the plane, which we have taken as unit vector n. So, as a result, what did we get the equation of plane? We got r dot n equal to d. What is r? R is an arbitrary point. How do you write it? It is xi plus yj plus zk. What is n? A normal to the plane. How do you express a normal to the plane? Through a unit vector n. So, how do you write it in Cartesian form? We can write it either by using direction cosines or by using direction ratios. So, if you take dot product of both of them, you get Lx plus My plus Nz equal to d. Equal to d, where L, M, N are direction cosines of unit normal vector. You can also write this as Ax plus By plus Cz equal to d. What are A, B, C in that case? Direction ratios of the normal vector, which is a unit vector. Come to the second one. What is given in the second one? He says that the plane is passing through a point whose position vector is A. What else is given? He has given a vector n which is perpendicular to the plane. So, what did we derive? We derived r minus a dot n equal to 0. Try understanding. R will be same in every case. R is a position vector of an arbitrary point. What is A? Position vector of a point on a plane. What is n? A vector which is perpendicular to the plane, normal to the plane. So, this is the equation. How do you write the same thing in Cartesian form? We write it as A into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1 equal to 0. This is the Cartesian form. Finally, third type, he has given that the plane is passing through 3 points A, B, C. We assumed that the position vectors are vector A, vector B, vector C. And as usual, we take an arbitrary point P whose position vector is R. So, what is the equation we derived? We derived the equation, third one, as R minus A dot B minus A cross C minus A equal to 0. This is the equation, but remember the 3 points should be non-collinear. If they are collinear, you cannot have a one plane through that. There can be infinite number of planes through that. How will you ensure? The determinant, if it is 0, they are collinear. If determinant is not 0, they are non-collinear. If they are non-collinear, what is the Cartesian equation again? The Cartesian equation is the determinant. What is the determinant? X minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1, x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, x3 minus x1, y3 minus y1, z3 minus z1 equal to 0. This is called Cartesian equation of a plane passing through 3 points whose position vectors are x1 y1 z1, x2 y2 z2, x3 y3 z3. Coordinates of R are x y z. If you remember this, every problem which we are going to take up will be very simple. If you do not remember, you will not be able to do it. Very simple equations, I am sure you will be able to remember. Now let us go to the problems. Very few problems we are taking up today, remaining we will do it tomorrow. First one. In each of the following cases, determine the direction cosines of normal to the plane and the distance from the origin. What is that? He is asking two things. He has given already equation of a plane, but he has given the equation in Cartesian form. You have to convert into vector form. When you convert into vector form, you will know both. Can you tell me based upon what, which type this question is? It's very simple. He has given that direction cosines of normal to the plane and distance he is given. Distance from the origin is represented by d. So the question is based upon first type. What is the first type of equation of plane? Recollect, the first type of equation of the plane is r dot n equal to d. This is the equation of the plane. In Cartesian form, what is it? In Cartesian form, it is the same thing. We write it as Lx plus my plus nz equal to d, or Ax plus by plus cz equal to d. These are Cartesian form, this is vector form. Now the question is, the equation which he has given in Cartesian form, whether it is of first type or second type. Unless it is mentioned, it is always second type. So you may say, where is x, where is y? Only z is seen. So the equation can be written as, we are first doing the A. Z equal to 2 is the equation which can be written as 0i plus 0j plus 1k equal to 2. We brought it to standard form. What are these 0, 0, 1? 0, 0, 1 are direction ratios ABC. You have to convert it to direction cosines. Okay? Here 0, 0, 1 are direction ratios. How do you convert direction ratios into direction cosines? Suppose A, B, C are direction ratios. How do you convert into direction cosines? Very simple. A upon under root of A square plus B square plus C square, B upon same thing, C upon same thing. So what we do? We first find out under root of 0 square plus 0 square plus 1 square, which is nothing but 1. Hence, the given equation can be written as, this is 0, only this is there, you have to divide with 1. If you divide with 1, direction ratios get converted into direction cosines. So you are going to get the same, k equal to 2. This is what you are going to get. What did he ask? In each of the following cases, determine the direction cosines. So what are the direction cosines? Hence direction cosines are 0 by 1, that is 0, 0 by 1, that is 0, 1 by 1, that is 1. These are direction cosines. He is also asking what is the distance. See the equation, equal to 2. So d equal to 2. So for the first question, that is the answer. Let us move to the second part. X plus y plus z equal to 1. He is kind enough to give some coefficients. It is much easier. How? this can be written as x plus y plus z equal to 1. So, we can say this can be written as ax plus by plus cz equal to 1. So, we can conclude that a equal to 1, b equal to 1 and c equal to 1. What are a, b, c called? A, b, c are called direction ratios. How will you convert them into direction cosines? By dividing them with under root of a square plus b square plus c square, which is nothing but 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, which is nothing but root 3. If you divide direction ratios with root 3, what you get will be called direction cosines. But you cannot simply divide equation one side with root 3, you have to divide both sides. So, we can say dividing both sides of equation with root 3. What you will get? If you divide, you will get 1 by root 3x plus 1 by root 3y plus 1 by root 3z equal to, right side also you have to divide with root 3. So, this is the equation. If this is the equation, you have to tell what are direction cosines. Direction cosines are 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. And he is also asking what is the distance d, is also 1 by root 3. So, we do not actually need to convert into vector form, as we were discussing in the case of this. We do not need to convert, we can directly write. So, this is the answer. Let us move to the next set of questions. Find a vector equation of a plane which is at a distance of 7 units from the origin. Means what? D is equal to 7. And normal to the vector is this. This is normal to the vector. This is basically is vector n, some vector which is 3i plus 5j minus 6k. Which type? The moment he gives distance, you be very sure it is first type. So, if it is first type, what is its equation? Equation of plane, which is at a distance of D from the origin equation of a plane which is at a distance of D from the origin and unit vector n which is normal is given by, how do you write the equation? First type, the first type of equation is vector r dot n cap equal to D. Now the question is, let us see what he has given. Instead of n cap, he has given a normal vector. So convert it into n cap. What is the difference between a vector A and a unit vector? The difference is unit vector has got magnitude 1, direction is same. So how do you convert a vector into a unit vector? For example, n, if you want to convert into unit vector, n cap is vector n divided by n. So vector n is what? 3, 5, minus 6. This is vector n. divided by n means what? N basically means its magnitude. What is the formula? Under root of 3 square plus 5 square plus minus 6 square. 3 square is 9, 5 square is 25, minus 6 square is 36, 70. So write what is R? How do you write R? R is, find the vector equation he said. So you don't need to simplify R. R is R only, dot. Now we have got n cap. What is n cap? What we got there? That is, all this you have to divide with root 70. So you can say 3 by root 70 I plus j plus, sorry, not plus, minus 6 by root 70 k. This is R dot n equal to what? Equal to what? D. And he said D is what? D is what? 7. And remember, when you are to get this, what we have done? We have divided the whole thing with root 70. When you divide one side, you have to divide the other side also. So it is by, or in this case we don't need to, for a simple reason. Why it is not required? We can simply say, just think about it. We have converted already into unit vector and directly we are multiplying. We have not done anything both sides. There are no two sides we are dividing. He has given a vector n, we converted into a unit vector n, and then we are writing R dot n equal to D. So that itself is the answer. Come to the third problem. He says, find the Cartesian equation of the following planes. He has given the vectors in, he has given the equations of planes in vector form. You have to convert into Cartesian form. So let us start with the first one, A. How do you write vector R? Always it is xi plus yj plus zk. This is R dot I plus j minus k equal to 2. Simply take dot product. I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1, k dot k is 1, all others are 0. What do you mean by all others? I dot j, j dot k, k dot I, all will become 0. So as a result, what you will get? 1 into x, yj into j, y, zk into minus, so minus z equal to 2. This is the answer. Same equation in Cartesian form. Take the B1. What is the B1? R xi plus yj plus zk. This is R dot 2i, 2, 3 minus 4. Equal to 1. Once again, the same thing. I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1, k dot k is 1. So as a result, what you will get? 2x plus 3y minus 4z equal to 1. Answer. We are converted into Cartesian form. Take the last one, which appears to be somewhat different, somewhat big. C. R. How do you write R? Same way. xi plus yj plus zk. This is R dot, write the whole thing, s minus 2t into I plus 3 minus t into j plus 2s plus t k. Equal to 15. Okay, now whatever is with I is a constant. Do not worry what is there. For example, with I we have s minus 2t. S minus 2t is something like 2 or 1 or 5 or 7, some number. So, when you multiply I with I, it will become 1. So, what you will get? S minus 2t into x then yj with this you will get plus 3 minus t into y plus 2s plus t into z equal to 15. Why it is so? Because I dot I will become 1, as a result you will get x into s minus 2t. Similarly, yj dot this you will get j dot j is 1, so you will get y into 3 minus t. This is t, it is not 7. Similarly, z into 2s plus t equal to 15. If you wish to write it in simplified form, means this itself can be written as answer. These are direction ratios, okay, ax plus by plus cz equal to d. We will move on from here to the next question. What is the question? Find the vector and Cartesian equations of the planes that pass through this point and normal to the plane is this. Which type? Distance is not given, so it is not first type. What was the second type? Plane was passing through one point, he has given that, it is passing through this. And plane was perpendicular to a vector, that is also he has given. He says normal to the plane is this. Normal or perpendicular both means same. So, basically this question is based upon second type. If it is second type, recollect the formula. What was the formula? Equation of plane is, now we are going to use equation of plane as r minus a dot n equal to 0. What is r? R is any arbitrary point. So, how do you write it? What he asked? He says find both, means Cartesian equation as well as vector equation. So, if you have to write vector equation, we can say this as it is, that is xi plus yj plus zk minus what is vector A? These are the points. So, you can make the vector, it is I minus 0j minus 2k or plus 0j minus 2k. This is vector A, okay, it is passing through this point, or before only you can say vector A is equal to 0 1i plus 0j minus 2k. So, that is what we are substituting here. So, r minus a is over. Then dot n, this whole thing dot n, what is the vector n? This is the vector n. You can say here, means in our problem a is this and n is this vector I plus j minus k. This is r, this is a. What is r? Position vector of an arbitrary point. What is a? Position vector of a point which is there on the plane. So, r minus a dot n, and we were writing n equal to I plus j minus k. So, put that here I plus j minus k equal to 0. Simplify it, you get the vector form. How do you simplify? Club them together. I means 1i, so it is x minus 1i, then yj as it is, because y minus 0 is y only, z minus of minus, it will become plus z plus 2k dot I plus j minus k equal to 0. This is called vector form. Now, how will you convert into Cartesian form? Multiply. Multiply, take the dot product. So, what you will get? You will get x minus 1 into 1, x minus 1 y into 1. So, you will get plus y, z plus 2 into minus 1. So, you will get not plus minus z, z plus 2 minus 1. So, minus z minus 2 equal to 0. So, the equation is x plus y minus z minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3, take it to the other side. X plus y minus z equal to minus 3 becomes plus 3 when it goes to other side. So, this is the answer. That is what he has asked. Now, come to the last problem today. Yes. Read the question. He says find the equation of planes that pass through 3 points. So, we will be using the third type. But before we use the third type, we have to ensure that these 3 points are non-collinear. So, how will you ensure that these 3 points are non-collinear? Take these points and check the value of determinant. If the determinant is 0, they are collinear. If determinant is not 0, it is non-collinear and you can write the equation. So, to check the collinearity of points, what is the condition? Very simple, determinant x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, x3, y3, z3. If this determinant becomes 0, they are collinear. If it is not 0, non-collinear. If they are non-collinear, what is the equation? Equation of plane through 3 non-collinear points. What is the answer in that case? The answer is x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1, x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, equal to 0. That is what we are going to use. But when we will use that? When this is not 0. If this is 0, we will not find equation of plane. Why? Because if the 3 points are collinear, we have seen that there are infinite planes pass through them. So, we cannot find any equation. So, let us substitute in this. So, this is equal to 1, 1 minus 1, 4, 6, 5, sorry 6, 4 minus 5, minus 5, minus 2, 3. Simplify this determinant, equal to 1 into 4 3s are 12 minus 5 into 2 10 minus 1 into 6 3s are 18 minus 20 minus 1 into 6 3s are 8, sorry 6 2s are minus 12 here minus 16, it will become plus 16. Simplify it. 12 minus 10 is 2, 18 minus 20 is minus 2, minus 2 into minus 1 is plus 2 and here minus 4 equal to 0. So, points are collinear. Since points are collinear, we do not find the equation of plane, we do not need to use that. If this is not 0, then we will substitute in this. There is no big deal here also. x1, y1, z1, x2, everything is given. So, you will get in the form of x, y, z. That is all. So, with this, we come to a close of this particular session. I am sure you have found it is interesting. Little bit of imagination is required in order to understand the concept of plane. What you do is take a cardboard, hold the cardboard, visualize, go to the corner of the room, take a stick or something and put it on that. So you know that the stick is perpendicular to the plane. With that, everything becomes clear. We come to a close of this session. We thank you and look forward for the next session. Sai Ram.